The headlines: Sanitation Authority workers fear for their jobs. Police officers and suspect injured in car chase crashes. And more misery for Barbados at Pan American Youth Hockey. Welcome to Nation News for Thursday, April the 7th, 2016. Thanks so much for joining us. Workers at the Sanitation Service Authority are a nervous lot these days. They are fearful that government plans to privatize the collection of garbage, putting their jobs at risk, according to Wayne Warren, a senior officer of the National Union of Public Workers. The government has signaled for some time that it has to make savings among the money-sucking statutory corporations like sanitation, with some amalgamations and some divestments. The need to cut government spending and deficit has become even more stark, with the latest credit downgrade sending the country further into junk territory. The forthcoming budget may well provide the opportunity for the finance minister to set out the strategy of the Frendel-Stewart administration. On the Sanitation Authority itself, the NUPW's Warren told reporters that the workers did not have adequate equipment with which to work and suspected this was a deliberate ploy as a prelude to privatization.
They are concerned that they are being deliberately staffed with resources to put a case for privatization. So in addition to not having adequate trucks over the years being replaced, there's also an issue of refusing to provide the necessary equipment and other resources. And there's a sense that this is a deliberate attempt, this is by design. This staffing of resources at the Sanitation Authority is designed to pave a road for privatization. Now, also, in terms of looking at privatization, is our understanding that there's a proposed pilot project spanning from Horse and Phillip to Horse and Lucy. And that project is intended, if successful, to pave the way as a precursor to a private entity taking over that assignment. Now, again, that seems to be a move towards privatization. And staff are extremely annoyed, offended, despondent as to why they are being staffed with these resources that they need to really carry out the work they enjoy. If one observes a sanitation worker, one can come to an agreement that they are very industrious, they move with alacrity, they are hardworking, and they can work with any private sector entity in terms of the quality of work they deliver.
Mr. Warren said the workers were also aggrieved by an apparent refusal of the Sanitation Authority to pay workers who went on strike last July and the alleged inadequate maintenance of trucks. He said the union would fight to ensure the workers get the respect they deserve, but mentioned no specific action. The two men from Bulgaria and Ukraine linked to ATM fraud have been remanded to Dodds until May the 5th. A translator was present as requested when Antoine Dev and Ruslan Lesker appeared in the High Court for a second time charged with money laundering. They were arrested after police executed a search warrant at their apartment and allegedly found articles and devices connected with skimming of automatic teller machines. A police chase on Wednesday night ended in 2 vehicle crashes and injuries to 4 officers and a male suspect they were pursuing. The suspect sustained a broken right leg when his vehicle slammed into a tree at Kendall in St. John. The officers received slight injuries when their vehicle also hit a tree. All the injured were taken to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital for treatment. It wasn't immediately clear why the officers were chasing the vehicle. High Court Judge Olson Aline has reserved judgment in the case brought by Christchurch West MP Maria Agard against the Barbados Labour Party. This followed more than 5 hours of arguments. Dr. Agard, who is represented by Hal Gollop and Lynette Eastman, is seeking damages following her expulsion from the BLP last November. Leslie Haynes and Roger Ford are the lawyers for party leader Mia Motley and General Secretary Jerome Walcott. Joyful singing and merriment were the order of the day at the 100th birthday festivities for Araminta Inez Tull at the Acacia Retirement Home in Cliff St. John. The new centenarian and mother of one is a former director of the 7-member Harmony Voices Chorale, which thrived from the 60s to the early years of the century. Ms. Tull teamed up with 2 of her fellow choristers, Daphne Bain and Doreen Straker, to serenade Governor General Sir Elliot Belgrave and other well-wishers. Happy birthday. A new safe sex campaign by college students has as its tagline, "Be safe, not sorry." On Wednesday, mass comm students at the community college launched the campaign by providing information to peers on such things as sexually transmitted diseases and the correct way to put on condoms. Event coordinator Katrina King said the drive was started because there is a knowledge gap about safe sex. Sport now. Barbados endured another defeat at the Junior Women's Pan Am Hockey Championships, going down 3-1 to host Trinidad and Tobago in the morning. Ayanna Wilson scored for Barbados to ensure a 1-1 halftime score, but were doomed by 2 second-half shots, one a penalty and the other a field goal. Barbados will now play for one of the minor places. In the morning matches at the Caribbean Under-16 Netball Championships here at the Netball Stadium, Barbados beat Antigua and Barbuda 43-16. Jamaica hammered Bermuda 39-9. St. Lucia won 35-21 over Grenada, and Dominica beat Trinidad and Tobago 49. Barbados Gems were playing St. Lucia in the evening at 7:15 to maintain their hopes of retaining the title in Friday's showdown against Jamaica. And finally, a thief who posed as a guest at California weddings and stole wallets, credit cards, and cash from brides, guests, and wedding workers will be honeymooning in prison. A TV station in the state reports that Denise Gunderson was sentenced on Wednesday to 7 years behind bars. Prosecutors say that last year Gunderson showed up at several San Diego County weddings, went into rooms and offices, and stole valuables during the ceremonies. Authorities say Gunderson used the credit cards to make thousands of dollars in purchases at Costco, Walmart, and other stores, sometimes only minutes after the wedding vows were taken. And that's Nation News for Thursday. For more news, log on to nationnews.com. And follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And remember to pick up your Weekend Nation, yes, on Friday, or subscribe to our e-paper.